Good morning. I'm here, decided to go live a little earlier today than I've been going the last couple of lives. Been jumping on late on the afternoon. But anyway, I just got off a great Zoom meeting this morning, meeting training, and as usual, it was pretty good. Back again, this is what I was talking about before as far as this community that I just became a member of. Not just, it's been 3 months now, and this is what the videos and everything is all about. You know, it's just amazing, you know, once you get around the right people, how that can just have such a major impact on you. You know, I feel like in the last 3 months, you know, I've really grown as a person, and I've learned so much, and it's really great hanging around with these different positive people. Hi Diane, I see you just jumped on. Yeah, anyway, what I was saying is so great to surround yourself with the right community. And this challenge that we're doing, the Good Parts challenge, is really just pushing things to a whole different level. You know, because I've decided to take this challenge and make these videos, you know, I've also decided to just make videos, I mean, go live different places, things that I wanted to experience anyway. So I figured, you know, why not share it with an audience? And they always say, you know, when you give to people, you know, you're really the one that's receiving the gift, you know. So it's really been pretty exciting. You know, whoever watches this video, you know, Diane's on here now, and whoever watches it later, you know, I challenge you to join the challenge with us. You know, I'm pretty sure that you have something day to day that that you consider the good part of your day, and it's just that simple. You know, all we're really doing is just sharing, you know, what we consider to be the good parts. You know, so I challenge you to join us in just making a short, you know, if you don't want to go live, just maybe just making a short video and just join the hashtag, you know, so that way other people can get inspired by you and see exactly the good things that's going on with you, you know. So I really like this, and it's so funny because I just see how you know, the small amount of people that I interact with, how they seem to like this. You know, because when I'm going live someplace in public, and I just, again, I usually ask permission, like last live I did in a coffee shop, you know, I asked him, you know, is it if it was okay for me to go live, you know, because again, you have to respect a person's place of business. And he was really just excited, and you know, he definitely encouraged it. And you know, it's pretty good, especially, you know, when I explain to people exactly what I'm going live on and what I'm going to cover on my live. You know, they really seem excited about it. Well, my good parts, even though it's still early in the day, but right now, my good parts for the day is, you know, I was just sitting here thinking after the Zoom, and I glanced over and I looked at this little shot glass. And what it is, this shot glass, I actually bought this the other day when I was at the zoo. You know, I don't know if you saw the live when that I did when I was at the zoo. If not, you know, make sure you go through and just watch that. But I picked up this shot glass when I left because I always like to get like little memorabilia when I do something different or when I go someplace. Like I'm also into like antique shops. So I always make it a habit when I go to an antique shop for the first time, you know, no matter what, I always like to leave with something, you know, something tangible. You know, memories, they say memories last forever, which they do, you know, but it's always nice to be able to glance over at something and touch it, and then it just reminds you, you know, of exactly, you know, that time, that experience that you had. You know, so again, looking at this again, and if you can read it, it's pretty good. It says "Turtly Awesome." You know, so as soon as I saw that, you know, I just had to get that. And like I said, I was just glancing at it while I was sitting at the desk, just finishing with the Zoom call, and it just it brought a smile to my face, because it just so happens that the nice young lady that worked at the gift shop, her name is Jessie. Jessie and I, you know, was talking, and I explained to her that I just went live at the zoo and how I had just such a good time, and just explained everything to her, that, you know, I was here to get a souvenir, you know, my first time here, and she just thought that the whole thing was so exciting. And when she gave me the receipt, I explained to her that now this receipt that she just gave me, the receipt for the gift shop, was actually a souvenir, because what I was going to do with that receipt is how I have a bag, a memorabilia bag, this big bag right here, right? And what I was going to do is I was going to write her name on it and put it in my memorabilia bag. So now this bag, I don't know when's the last time I've been in the bag, you know, but every so often, you know, I'll just empty the bag out and just go through it. You know, just for argument's sake, I'll just show you, you know, I'll just pull this out, because right now this is the first thing on the bag. You know, this over here is from a good family friend. You know, it's more than like a family friend. He's almost like a nephew to me, you know. But anyway, he just had his baby shower back in, when was that? That was in December. Yeah, it was December, the beginning of December. And this was one of the gifts from the baby shower. You know, I believe this was a chocolate. It was a wrapper. But, you know, some people would just throw this away. But, you know, I save it. You know, I put it in here. And, you know, it's part of my memorabilia bag. Let me see. Like I said, I don't want to really go through the bag and make this live extra long. But again, I have like a magazine cover back over here. I'm not sure of the date, but if I was actually doing, you know, my explore, whatever, you know, where I dump everything out, then I would see the date, and then it would remind me of exactly why I put that in there. And there's all type of stuff in here. See, look, just combing through it again, I see another receipt right here, or a map from the Philadelphia Zoo. And who knows? I'm pretty sure I wrote a date on it, but you know, oh look, see, there's a date on it. This was the summer of 2012 when we went to the Philadelphia Zoo. You know, so I just think it's a nice little practice. You know, I encourage my sons to do the same thing too. You know, I guess everyone has their little quirky stuff, but I think it's even more important now as we're not even going into the digital age. We've really been in the digital age, but it's even more now. You know, where we don't really have regular pictures. Everything is online. Everything is digital. And we have to remember, at the end of the day, it's a good feeling to just be able to grab something, hold it, you know, touch it, you know, and so that's cool. So that's my good parts for today. Is you know, I appreciate my little shot glass turtle that I picked up the other day when I was doing the live, and it put a smile on my face. You know, like I always say, it's the simple things that just give us a lot of joy. One last thing before I tune off. Also, that same day when I went live is the day when I saw the peacocks, and I was so excited. I don't know if you saw that one. If you didn't, you know, just go through the different videos that I've done. This is going to be video number 8. So I've done 8 different episodes, and each one is someplace different, you know, expressing my happiness for that particular day. But staying on task, if you look behind me, you'll see the picture. Actually, let me get a little closer. This is the picture of that peacock that I was so excited about when I saw the real peacocks. Why I just totally was just so happy again. And again, this is the piece of art that now my person that I know, let me set this back. Sarah Joy is actually the artist that made that for me. And again, you can find her information also because I tagged her in the last live that I did, because I thought it was just so cool that I went and saw the live peacocks. So that's just a little backstory. If you saw the other video. I really don't like to keep these too long, so I've been on longer than I usually am. Rambling. There's another joke for that. Paul, Paul Hutchings. He's also someone that you can find. He's the one that actually came up with this challenge, that motivated all of us. By the way, today is Paul's anniversary, 8 years of marriage. So Paul, once you see this, again, happy anniversary. Very good. Enjoy your special day. So pretty much that's it. So like I said, I don't want to ramble on, and just make it a great day. Enjoy the weekend, and I will see you on the next video. And remember, you never know where I'm going to pop up and what I'm going to be talking about. So please, tune in, and see you on the next one. Make it a great day. Bye.